Austin, how you doing, my friend? So here's a quick review of your model. Alright, so there's a couple little problems here. For example, if you go around the wrist, around this area, let's say right here, this needs to be adjusted, right? So we have to grab the vertex and just move it a bit higher, right? And you see there's all that blackness is gone, right? The next thing you gotta do is the fingers. So the fingers is another problem. Right now it looks like you have 1, 2, 3, 4, but in fact you only have 1, right? Because if I move this, everything sort of gets pulled out, and that's a little bit of a problem, right? The finger should be separated and it shouldn't be posed, meaning that it should be they should be individual, right? So now the thumb is kind of weird right here, right? So the whole idea is to set this up so that way you're doing the other half. So let's try that now. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to throw in symmetry. So oops, I'm going to just do it this way for a sec. And show. There we go. So now it should show me everything. Yeah, there we go. Symmetry. There it is. And now look what's happening. You're doing this in the wrong direction altogether, right? So yeah, let's look at the world coordinate system, right? Right here. That's the the x-axis, right? And the y is going back. But for some reason, it's applying this on the y-axis, right? The mirror, the symmetry. So it means that at some point you had the shape build and you rotate it this way. So now it's understanding that this is the way it should be making this the mirror. Okay, and so let me adjust this. So I'm gonna just do this manually, the mirror, and then I'm gonna bring it to. I'm gonna turn on the angle snap, which is turned on right now, right? And then bring it to about 90 degrees. There. And so now the other problem is if I turn on the grid, hit G for grid. This is not built in the center, so that's a problem, right? And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because when you move into other more complex modeling, and if you build it over here but not using the center, then you're going to screw things up a bit more. It's going to get just more and more difficult, right? I'm going to flip it and then move the mirror away. Bring it to the center, right? Actually, I'm going to zero out the x-axis. There, so now exactly in the middle, right? I'm going to turn on flip, but now the arm is in the wrong way, right? If I flip this, it doesn't show nothing because it's thinking that there's something here, right? But nothing's there. So what do we do, right? Because now we have a problem. The arm is facing the other way. So there's so many ways we can fix this. I'm gonna get rid of the symmetry for a sec. So I'm gonna just delete it. And then I'm gonna try to look at these cards, right? These two cards. So let me look at this for a minute and just snap it out of here. Right? So you have two cards, but you know what? I'm gonna let you do it because you know it's just easier that way. But we need to correct this. So if I bring the arm somewhere right here, apply a symmetry again, right, then flip it again to mirror, affect the mirror, right, 90 degrees, and I can see it here when I'm rotating. Now I'm going to snap it to 0 axis. There we go, right? So anything we do on one side, the other side will have that as well. And then on top of symmetry, right, because we have to do it in this order, editable poly, symmetry, and then we're going to apply turbo smooth. Let me go to it right now. Bingo, right? Now you're going to see the problems. What I mean, like this is not a good in the sense of a thumb, right? A thumb starts from right here and it connects right here, and this is not a hand either, or at least the fingers. It looks like you try to separate this, but you did it the harder way. So I'm going to turn up the turbo smooth, turn on this guy here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and select, double click, and now we have the whole selection. Then grow, right, and keep going with the grow until we have the fingers like that, and delete, right? So now we have an opening 1, 2, 3, and 4 that we can attach. And we have to make sure that here we have the same, right? Now we have a triangle here, but we don't want that, right? So what we can do, I see what's happening. First, let me fix a thumb, because this is bad. Like, I mean, it's not gonna work well if it's sort of sunk in like this. I want to do this, the vertices actually. So now we're going to grab the points here. Make sure it might be this one here. Seems like you have a little bit more happening here, so that's the thing we have to figure out. Yeah, okay. Oh, I think I know why. So let me move this more like that. Move this more like this. And then try to align these guys a little bit more properly, right? Okay, and now so this is kind of weird right here. In order for me to get this correct, you know what? I think the best way to do this is just to do it again. So delete, 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 right? And there we go, right? So we got rid of it. So the problem is, and you can see right here, is that 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's good. Slow this down. There we go, right? This is kind of strange, but I think that might be what's causing it. Okay. So this goes to this. So, which is already like that. I see. I think we can do it now. Okay. Oh, hold on a sec. 2 and 1. So 2, 2. Okay. All right. So that's all we'll do this way. We'll go to the edge. Pick this guy here, and then hold Shift. See if it works that way. If not, it's only a Maya thing. If that's the case. No, it should be. It should work here. Oh, hold on 1 second. So if you select an edge and hold Shift, you should be able to make an edge. But for some reason it doesn't work here. Bridge, I guess it doesn't work like this, but we can definitely join it like this and then use bridge. Right, and now we have to draw a line here and connect these two. Let me fix the bottom here too. Now bridge. There we go. I don't know if that's gonna work too well just yet, so maybe I might not do it this way. I have to repair this before we can shape it, right? So yeah, I think we can do it. For some reason I'm not allowed to pull that out. Chamfer. Okay. So I can move it, but I can't hold Shift and extrude it. Now, you used to be able to do that. I don't know why I can't do it now. So I'm wondering. Split? No. That's not gonna work either. Okay. So what can we do here to join them together? Let's do that bridge thing once more. And let's just work on one side first. Not transfer. Okay, and bridge. No, it's not working anymore either. Oh man, oh, I see. Here's a problem. This is kind of weird. Look at that, right? There's a piece here that just doesn't belong. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna take the poly tools, delete that. There we go, and let's try one more time. Perfect. So now we need to draw a cut. I'll make this a little bigger. So there's a cut. right here. Right there. Now all we have to do is take the two vertices, these two right here, up here, and then weld them together. Definitely will have to increase the tolerance. So now it's now joining those two, right? Perfect. And then we'll do the same thing with the front. Actually, it's a lot easier now because all we have to do is bridge them, right? So edge to this edge, and then bridge, and then same thing with this. So that's the way to fix that, right? There you go. Just had to figure it out because something was weird going on here. And it's a finger, right? So it's right now it's just a square. Fingers are more rounded, so it means that you need to add more sides to this and shape it more of a thumb, because right now it just looks, you know, just more like a extruded box, really, right? In other words, you have to spend a little more time for craftsmanship, right? Because as now, is it a model that you can use to show off like building hands? It still needs a lot of work, right? So let me bring this out like this, right? So we're gonna make the thumb a little bit thicker because right now it doesn't have any of that information, right? So when you look at this Turbo Smooth, it starts to look a little bit more natural. Look at that, right? And then this vertex, right? We're trying to create a thumb. So this is not really a thumb though, because a thumb, this looks like it's a broken finger, right? Like nobody has a thumb like that, right? In other words, it doesn't come out like that and it points down, right? So, and I know you're basing this on a drawing, but here's where you have to sort of look at your own thumb and start to make guesses as to what looks more natural versus just following a drawing to a T. Remember, those drawings are 2D. You're making a 3D model, right? So at some point you're going to have to break apart from the drawing and just sort of look at it. Does it look correct, right? And this thumb is a little bit too long, by the way. I would have made it a little bit shorter, right? But anyways, I'll just leave that like that for now. If you want to make a finger, then just make the finger separate. I have that on the tutorial. Like I actually show you guys on the tutorial how to make the finger separate and attach it to the vertices. In fact, I'm going to change the size. I'm going to go negative like this. This with the pivot points right here. So I can use that to align the fingers more like that, right? I have to make it more relaxed, right? That's the idea. Then once I have that, probably but not even start with this box actually. Let's work with a cylinder. Because a cylinder has more of a cylindrical shape, right? There. And now we're going to get rid of some of the segments. Not 6, I mean not 18, but maybe 6. Right? Does that look more of a finger shape? Yeah, it does actually, right? This will be the top and this will be the bottom. and the sides, right? So now we can go ahead and get rid of the caps. Sorry, my bad. I'm gonna make this poly. Get rid of this cap for now, and we can leave this for now here. The only thing I would recommend is that you cut out right here to right there. So now it's your quads, right? And then you can shape it into a finger. So I'm going to do it real quick, right? Because it doesn't take that much of an effort to make a finger, right? So you have one segment here. If you need more segments, you can add, right? So there's a tip of the finger, right? This would be the middle of the finger. And then, of course, this will be towards near the end of the finger, right? Okay, so those are the joints. Now we need another one, so we're going to turn on the under edit. Where is it? I believe it's under edit here. My buttons don't act right. Vertices. No. Why is my edit not working? That sucks. Let me go to the edge selection. Here it is. So I'm going to leave this now. I'm going to undock this there. So I want to use what's called the Swift loop. And now you see I can actually create one right here. And now we have the segments, right, that we need. Actually, I'm going to make more. Another one here, right? Oops, why am I not doing? I have to select this again, and then there, and then that's fine up here. But I'm gonna make one in the middle too. Middle here and middle here, right? So these are gonna be the joints. So let's start with a tip. So I'm gonna select just this area. We can do a vertices, that's fine. And then rotate it and move it into position, right? Same thing with the middle joint. Rotate it and move it into position. The finger should not look too curled, but just relaxed, right? So now I'm creating a bit of an indent to specify that that's part of the finger, and then for here I'm going to just take the edge, grab this, and rotate it out, right, and move it out as well, right? And then I don't like anything to look squared when especially it's organic. So we're going to fix these vertices also, right? Those two. I'm going to also round this like that. Everything follows that rule, right? So now when you turn on the turbo smooth, this will become more of a finger, right? So let's see it with turbo. Right, and then let's let's turn on the isolate display so we can turn off all the extra junk, but now it's starting to look like a finger. I know it's a glove, so at some point before I copy this, I'm gonna go back to this and apply like a taper or something, right? Taper. Actually, not taper. Freeform. So F. There it is. FFDs, right? So freeform deformation. FFD 2x2, 3x3, 4x4. Let's do the 3x3. It basically just puts 3x3 points. Now you can't see it, and the reason why is because if I go to the edit poly, this is turned on. Turn it off, turn this back on, and now you can see it, right? So next we're going to turn on the FFD, and now, whoops, do it again one more time. Right, so I'm going to select the lattice, and it means that now I can start scaling these points. And it should affect the geo. Now, why is it not affecting the geo? Let's find out. Alright, that's fine. Let's get rid of the FFD for a sec. Whoops. Let's apply another one. FFD. Let's bring it before. Actually, turn this off. And then we'll try one more time. Bingo, right? So you can make the fingers a little bit fatter in some regions, right? To give it more of a glove look. Now this looks a little bit too big, so turn off the FFD and then scale it down more to size. Something like that. Then copy this. Oh man, I see. So maybe my shortcuts are screwed up. Alright, so I think my shortcuts are screwed up. So let me just investigate real quick. I think it's because I changed it to Maya. So let me see now. There we go, right? So now I'm going to make another one. One more. Right? And the nice thing about this is that all I have to do now is I can rotate them individually. Right, something like that. So it's somewhat posed, but at the same time it's not. It's just making the fingers a little bit different, right? And then you can also take the scale tool, make it a little bit bigger, smaller, and thinner if you want to. Right, and the same thing we can do with the other fingers, right? There. And now you have to do is just attach it, right? Just exactly how I bridged and all that stuff. That's the only thing you gotta do. I'm not gonna do that, but because I already spent like half an hour showing you this. But that's the thing. See, up here, there's no reason why you would have this, right? And then you have a lot of geometry here, but then you have stretched out geometry here. So I'm going to turn this off, right? So you can see that there's no lines here. So let's say Super Mario has to bend his arms. you're gonna have a huge problem because because you can't. It won't be able to. You have no information there, right? So right now you'll have just a statue, not a model that can be animated. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it like that and think about it, and then you can make those adjustments. So it's important to keep this right in the middle. That's just how it has to be. So you're gonna have to move these two panels, and then please fix the fingers, because making it into a box and then like that just won't work, right? Like, yeah, we're not making like PlayStation 1 models, right? That's like 1995. So we're like, you're like 25 years behind, right? So anyways, that's it. So hopefully this will set you to a better path. And please look at books of topology, right? You don't even have to find books. Just go online and search it, right? It'll show you how the topology works and how other people use it to building characters or models in general, right? So that's it.